crawling through the Rockies by Geeks Trucking. The RGN groaned under the strain as Jake eased the throttle, the Detroit engine pulling for all it was worth. 120,000 pounds of steel and machinery rode behind him, chained tight on his lowboy. The Rockies stretched ahead, a wall of winding asphalt, endless climbs and switchbacks that demanded patience. 20 miles an hour. That was all the rig could manage. The speedometer needle looked glued in place, while his mirrors showed an endless stream of headlights stacking up. Four-wheelers flew by in a blur, each one zipping around with a flash of impatience. Other truckers, too, light vans, reefers, and dry vans blew past at double his speed. Jake just leaned back, hands steady on the wheel, eyes locked on the road, letting them all go. It wasn't that he minded the view. The Rockies were gorgeous, snow-capped peaks fading into the sky, rivers carving through valleys, and pine forests rolling down the slopes like a painted postcard. Every mile seemed like it belonged on a calendar. But beauty only carried you so far. When your right foot was mashed to the floor and the truck still crawled like a tired mule, the monotony was worse than the weight. Hours stretched out like days, the slow climb eating up Jake's clock. The radio had gone quiet. No one had much to say except the occasional hammer down from the faster drivers. Jake didn't bother answering. He was locked in his own world, engine howling in low gear, the smell of hot diesel seeping into the cab. He sipped his coffee and laughed to himself. "This load's paying me good money," he muttered. "But damn if it ain't boring as hell." At one point, he caught himself counting the reflectors on the guardrail just to pass the time. When that grew old, he started making up stories about the cars passing him, where they were headed, what they might be carrying. A family in an SUV got turned into a group of treasure hunters in his head. A guy in a sports car became some secret agent on a mission. It was the only entertainment he had while the mountains dragged him upward, mile by mile. By the time he crossed into Oregon, the worst of the climbs were behind him. The truck still carried the heavy load like a stubborn beast, but at least gravity was finally working in his favor. Jake let out a long sigh, looking out across the horizon as the sun dipped low and painted the sky orange. "Boring or not," he said, patting the dash, "we got it done." If you like this kind of story, please like, follow, comment, and share.